On today's JMO with Josh and Joe, week three college football in the books. We go through quite a few games, actually. Starting with the LSU Mississippi State game. LSU's on track.
Back on track.
We go through, we'll talk about Alabama, how they're kind of in trouble.
The little struggle bus.
There's some teams like Alabama and Georgia that might be on the struggle bus a little bit. Not as bad as Oklahoma State. We go into that game. Florida-Tennessee game was great. We talk about that. We wrap up college football with the Colorado versus Colorado State, the game everybody watched.
Prime time.
Literally everyone. 9.3 million views.
Yep.
He is must-see TV. We break that game down as well as the Travis Hunter injury. Then we move into some NFL. Do some NFL talk. We go over the Saints versus the Saints versus the Panthers. Go Saints. We're back. Who dat? 2-0.
Yep.
Never gonna apologize.
Nope.
We go through the Packers, Falcons, Ravens, Bengals, 49ers, Rams, Commanders, Broncos, Browns, Steelers, and then we finish off with some miscellaneous notes from the NFL.
Yep. All right, let's rock and roll.
Welcome to JMO, Josh and Joe. It is Tuesday, September 19th, and Joe, LSU's back on track.
Oh, we're back.
We're all the way back on track. We had Grambling as our get right game, and then we got right back on track.
We're coming.
Yeah, great day in college football. Saturday was. It was just incredible. My team won. LSU won. Let's start. I just want to jump into that. Let's jump into that. LSU clobbered Mississippi State. Jaden Daniels was basically near perfect. That's about as perfect of a game as you can ask for.
Yep.
Two rushing touchdowns. He had maybe 4 incompletions with 30 plus or more pass attempts. Which unreal. 2 tutties. Him and Malik Neighbors might have the best chemistry I've seen since Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Joe Burrow also did have Jamar Chase too. Like that 3-way connection,
right?
Is the equivalent. I get it. The chemistry was there.
Yeah, it just felt like I was watching Justin Jefferson. It was like a little throwback. Like I had to I blink a couple of times and make sure I wasn't back in 2019. You know, and that's what it looked like. It was like 190 or 90 yards in the first half.
Oh yeah, no, he was putting up Jay Jetta's numbers in the first half.
It was awesome. Dude, we had what's his name? Caleb Jackson, the freshman running back, laid the boomstick.
Yeah. That was reminiscent of Leonard Fournette.
Yes, and not only that, a lot of people are like, so they're only showing the clip of him just basically sending him into outer space. Before that, if you see on that same run, he stiff arms a guy into the ground.
Yeah,
he stiff arms a guy and then just lays the truck stick on him. I think that was like a complete Leonard Fournette run.
It was. I mean, you could also say maybe a little bit of Derrick Henry in that too, with that stiff arm.
Right.
It was a mixture of all of them.
No, it was great to see. He was hyped up. He runs hard.
Yep.
He runs so hard, and it is so much fun. I'm excited again. Like I said, true freshman. Yeah, I just wanted to show you. Just go over Malik Neighbors' stats. 13 catches, 239 yards, 2 tutties.
That's insane.
I love it. I love that so much. Let's see. Jaden Daniels ran the ball well. I mean, he does that. It's awesome that he has that threat now, or he has that threat. The defense looks awesome. We figured out the defense.
It was a get right game.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, because they did allow 10 points in like the first half of the Grambling game, but I think that Harold Perkins needs to just rush the quarterback every time. He's an animal.
Well, the thing is it would be one thing if like you didn't have anybody else to fill his shoes at middle linebacker, but they've got Greg Penn, they've got Omar Spates, who was an Oregon State transfer that was the leading tackler in the nation last year.
Isn't he hurt?
But he did get a little bit nicked up, which allowed true freshman Weeks. Tongue twisters.
Oh, yeah, Weeks had a decent game.
Weeks had a great game.
Yeah, he looks really good.
So basically, I mean, if I'm if I'm Perkins, I'm just being like Perkins equals Parsons. Like coach, play me like Micah Parsons.
Exactly, and he should. He definitely should not be out in the corner of the end zone trying to play cornerback on a receiver.
Right.
That was the dumbest thing. He was out in the flats.
Yeah.
Like what? He's a defensive end, basically an edge rusher. That's what he is. He's a TJ Watt. He's a Micah Parsons. Like, let him do his thing. He's so fucking good at it. Every time he rushed a quarterback, it was like he was getting chased by Will Rogers.
He needs one instruction: see quarterback, get quarterback.
Yeah, like dominate. It's oh man, I'm so fucking pumped. It just, I like we have Arkansas next week. Arkansas's offensive line looked like shit last week. I think we're just gonna feast.
You gotta eat.
I think KJ Jefferson's gonna be running away the entire time. The entire game, he's just gonna be just. I think we can just send like 4 guys too. Like we can keep like maybe a spy on them, a linebacker spy. But dude, fuck it.
Yeah, more rushing the quarterback from Perkins should be on the agenda.
For sure. Again, I don't know why they keep him out. I don't know why they keep him in playing cornerback. That makes no sense to me. Let's see, what else could we got from this game? Dude, Malik Neighbors might be one of the best route runners in college football right now. He had a guy like just do a 360.
Yep.
Just because of good route running, it was unreal.
Well, because the thing is Neighbors is talented. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't call him a speedster, and and he doesn't have like a exceptional height. It's not like he's 6'4", 6'3".
He's 6'1", right? Yeah.
So it's fine. It's good height, but nothing's like over the charts. But when you got like something like that, a player like that, you just have to be an exceptional route runner, and that can clear all of that.
Yeah. You really can become an elite wide receiver if you just figure out how to run routes. Like, it's awesome, and you're a wide receiver, so you have to have some hands, right? You can't be Kadarius Toney every week,
of course.
Which he does. It's nice. But yeah, dude, there's an art to it. It's an art form, to route running. It really is. Like it's like speed. That's a God-given thing. Hands you can work on.
Yep.
Oh man, watching him run routes, dude, it was so much fun. Mississippi State doesn't look very good. Will Rogers looked like he looked like a little child out there who was just running for his life and couldn't throw the football.
Like forgot how to throw the football.
Yeah, he didn't look great, and which is weird because I kind of had a decent expectations for him this year. He was okay last year, and I figured after a year under his belt, and maybe they could figure something out.
I think they should have stuck with like an air raid offense. They're trying to switch it up. And
is that a Zach Arnett thing?
That's a Zach Arnett thing.
Okay.
I mean, obviously he's trying to just be like, hey, look, we're gonna just do things differently. Like I get it, it's sad what happened, but
yeah, it is tough. Like what he's basically his first full year as a coach, right? Mm-hmm. So like, yeah, that's always tough. But I just air raid it, man. This is the way college football's going.
Yep.
Air raid it. You got anything else from the game?
That's about it.
Okay. Let's see. We're gonna do a few of the games. I picked out a few that intrigued me, and I'll just kind of rapid fire it.
Okay.
Missouri, Kansas State. We need to kind of dial it back on the rushing the field.
Well, I guess it just depends on your standards. Like, I mean, is Mizzou ever going to beat a number 1 team? This was their number 1 team.
But I don't care, man. Now it's almost like when they told everybody not to rush the field, they've rushed the field more.
Yes.
Like you can't tell a human being not to do something that they love doing. They're going to want to do it more.
They're kids. All the college kids are kids. So
and I'm a kid when I go out there.
Yeah,
I'm a 33-year-old kid when I'm out there in Tiger Stadium.
So what does a kid want to do whenever you tell them not to do something?
They want to absolutely do it.
They want to do it.
It's the only thing they want to do, actually. So, yeah, I think it's a little ridiculous. I think rushing the field after you beat the number 15 team, like ranked number 15.
Kansas State.
Yeah. I think that's a little much. That was a.
But it was a badass field goal. A 61-yarder walk-off to win it.
Yep.
And then you basically thought you actually had ruined it because you had a 5-yard penalty before that.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, it was an amazing game, like an amazing ending too. I get it. Let's just tone it down on the storm in the field. Like you beat Kansas State, and they were ranked number 15. Come on,
Mizzou's been missing out on the fun.
they got jealous of everybody else.
They got jealous of everybody.
Well, I really do think this might have saved Elijah Drinkwitz's job.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. He secured himself another year.
Yep. He got another year. It's a cool name though, Elijah Drinkwitz.
Yep.
But yeah, big W for him. And let's tone it down on storming the fields. You got anything else on this one?
Nope.
Okay, UNC versus Minnesota. I don't really have too much on this one. Except UNC's pretty good. I like Drake May a lot.
Over 414 yards, 2 touchdowns. PJ Fleck's seat getting hot.
I thought about that, but I don't know if this loss is going to be what heats it up because of how good UNC is. I think UNC's a good team. They were just a better team, and Minnesota got beat by a better team than them. That's the only reason why I don't think PJ Fleck's seat is that hot.
And North Carolina pulled away towards like the end of the game, so it was pretty close for the most part.
So yeah, they basically did what better teams do. You pull away at the end of the game. The better team comes out in the second half.
Plus, Minnesota hasn't had any relevancy since the 1940s. So.
Oh, that's how long it's been.
Yeah, well, that's when they won. What was it? 3 championships back to back.
No way.
Yeah, because that's what they're talking about is Georgia, and the last team that did it was Minnesota.
Minnesota in the 40s. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's bring back the 40s. Let's go. They're still holding on to it.
Yep.
Let's see. Yeah, Drake May went 29 of 40, 414 yards, 2 tutties, 2 interceptions. When you let somebody throw the ball 40 times, you may get an interception or 2. That's just
classic gunslinger.
Yes, classic gunslinger. That's what we want to see.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got?
Oh, that's it.
All right, Georgia versus South Carolina. 24-14. Georgia, the offense may need some work. Is Carson Beck the guy? I know they lost a lot of players. I get it. I know over the last 2 years they have basically lost an entire NFL team.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be some slow starts. I think they should have beat South Carolina by a little more than 10.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like, I get it, Shane Beamer's a decent coach, but you're Georgia, man.
You are Georgia.
You got this standard now. Now, I also agree that, like, it's kind of the Alabama effect where, like, now Georgia, everyone's bringing their A game when they play you. Your game is circled on everyone else's schedule. So you have to bring your A game. I guess it's just if you're not a Nick Saban coach team, it's kind of hard to do that. Nick Saban was brilliant at it.
And also, it's very much like Alabama, just like you said, where we're really not going to find out what type of team they are because they're just not going to play anybody until like later down the season.
Correct. They don't really have an identity on offense or as a team, really. It's just I think they're just still trying to figure it out.
I wonder how many tits were in the crowds.
Oh, yeah, because they only had 3 points in the first half.
So Carson Beck was distracted.
Okay. There are a lot of titties.
A lot of tits.
Yeah, Carson Beck, big tit guy.
I mean, it is the Gamecocks, so that we're talking about.
Oh, he was so distracted.
Very horny fan base.
Gosh, all right, yeah. Man, poor Carson Beck. I should have known that, man. I would have taken the South Carolina spread.
The spread, yep.
Oh, gosh. I gotta look for these
bad type of environment for Carson Beck to go into.
Nope.
Not his ideal scene.
All right, well, good. I'm glad we figured it out because it was a little concerning on Georgia's part.
Mm-hmm.
All right, anything else?
That's about it from that game.
Alabama versus South Florida. There's issues in Tuscaloosa, and it's more than just the inbreeding problem they have.
Yep. That was bad.
That was really bad.
that was
not good at all.
Milroe got his starting job back by not doing anything at all.
Well, here's my thing. I have a theory. This was Nick Saban's way of showing. He chose an easy team like South Florida as his way of showing everybody that he knew he made the right decision in the first place. He chose the right guy, but he was getting a lot of heat, so he had to show everyone else that, hey, my quarterbacks suck, and I picked the one that sucked the least, okay?
Yep.
Let me do my job because I'm really fucking good at it.
Yeah, I got the guy who's just so athletic that he's just going to bail us out sometimes, you know?
I mean, he really is the best choice in the quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no Buckner. What is his name? Buckner.
Buchner.
Buchner, the guy, transfer from Notre Dame, looked horrible.
Yeah, that was definitely just the offensive coordinator favors him since Tommy Rees came from Notre Dame as well.
Right.
That was the only reason. I think he was a fourth string quarterback at Notre Dame.
Yeah, he was not good. In Simpson.
And then Ty Simpson. He's a true freshman, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milrow, guess you're back in.
He's back in.
You got some legs, man. You got some legs, my guy. But yeah, I do really think Saban was just showing everybody that, hey, let me do my fucking job, okay? I'm having a down year because my quarterbacks suck.
Yep. Good point.
But yeah, if you're South Florida, you got to be feeling good.
Yeah. Also, that offensive line is not a typical Nick Saban offensive line at all.
I was thinking that, like, normally Nick Saban's, that's like his strong suit.
Yeah.
The offensive line. So, I don't know. We'll see. Alabama just doesn't look like a powerhouse right now. And I don't know. It'll be nice. It'll be nice for once.
In the words of Bob Dylan, the times are a-changing.
Oh, maybe. Love it. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, Tulane versus Southern Miss. I keep forgetting Frank Gore's son plays on Southern Miss.
I know, right?
Frank Gore Jr. I forgot about that.
Yeah. He's gonna play at Southern Miss, and then he's just gonna go like undrafted, but then he's gonna play 12 years in the NFL.
Right, or probably more.
Yeah.
At the running back position. Mm-hmm. But this was a get back on track game for Tulane. They kind of went in. They took care of business. It wasn't like a blowout or anything.
I love how Tulane just throws bombs.
Yeah,
they don't even throw it much. They just throw bombs.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun.
You see most quarterbacks are like sub 10 yards per attempt. Like Tulane's like 15, average 15 yards every attempt. They're just like, we're throwing bombs.
I do love it, though, because Willie Fritz just is like, he's coaching like he's coaching like he has a USC type of offense, you know, but he's Tulane University.
Yep.
Which good for him, because like I feel like if you just like you live by the pass, you die by the pass type thing.
Yeah.
At least you're gonna be entertaining. So, yeah, Tulane get back on track game. That's about all I had on that one, unless you had something.
Nope.
All right. Washington, Michigan State. This is going to be a $79 million rebuild year for Michigan State.
$79 million.
That was Mel Tucker's buyout.
Did they actually have to buy him out?
I don't know. I don't know. But
because remember we talked about this last week.
But I saw it on ESPN, and I think he's going to fight it because...
Oh, I would definitely fight it. $70 million.
Yeah, but I think he might have a case.
He might.
From what I was hearing, because... Yeah. This was all on the phone. Apparently, he was jerking off on the phone with this girl.
Okay.
But
Weird.
like,
Weird.
Yeah, I know. But like,
are we gonna have like a all horny team?
Dude.
You know, we have a head coach, we have a quarterback, we almost have half the team.
That's true. I mean, we could do Urban Meyer's the head coach, Mel Tucker's the assistant.
Yeah.
Dude, we could definitely make
an all horny team,
an all horny college football team. Can we? Yeah, we got to use pass though too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll come up with an all horny team. I like it. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, the Mel Tucker officially gone. Washington's really good. Michigan State, you're gonna be rebuilding.
Yeah, you gotta like Penix Jr. He's entertaining. He's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He slings the ball at Washington, and actually that coach he kind of just came out of nowhere. But he's doing phenomenal.
Oh, what's his name? Shoot. Is it Jed Fish? Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah, Kalen DeBoer.
Kalen DeBoer. I like that name, Kalen. Kalen's
the way it's spelled too, Kalen.
Yeah. You got anything else in this game?
That is about it.
Okay, this is one you're gonna really love. South Alabama versus Oklahoma State.
Ooh, South in your mouth.
Dominated them.
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Mike Gundy, you're done.
I was about to say, Mike Gundy is gone. Goney.
Yeah. Is Gunnar Gundy Mike's son?
Yes, I think so.
Gunnar Gundy, the quarterback for Oklahoma State?
Yeah, I believe so. I'll do a fact check on it real quick, but I think you're right.
Yeah, do a fact check on it. Yeah, I think this is Mike Gundy's farewell tour. The mullet is going to be gone. It's I don't know. He was good for what, 2 years or something?
A little bit longer than that.
A little bit longer. Okay, because I know he had a pretty good run.
Yeah, he's had a decent run, but it's one of those, maybe, like, you see yourself live long enough to be the villain. Oh, yep, son of Oklahoma State coach Mike Gundy. Maybe he's not the best quarterback on the roster. He's just getting.
He's got daddy's the head coach, so he's playing.
Yep. You see that a lot with, like, growing up, like the younger kids, like the head coach is the dad, and he's got the son.
Yeah, for sure.
That just starts no matter what, if he's good or not. Most of the time, you are usually good, and they're usually the best player. But in this case, might not be the case.
I think it's the opposite. I think especially like in Little League and high school and stuff, they're not the best. They just get to start because their dad's the coach.
The coach.
Now, in the case of Colorado, Shedeur Sanders is He's the best guy.
He's the best quarterback.
He's easily, like, he's getting Heisman talks now. So,
yep.
Yeah. We'll get to that game later, but yeah, dude, South Alabama, man, let's go. Let's go Jags. They just started their football program like 10, 15 years ago. I was actually there. I was at South Alabama. I was enrolled in classes when their first year, I think. It was either their first or second year. It was 07 or 08.
Yeah, no, so they haven't been around for too long, but yeah, big win. Big win.
Big W. South's in your mouth.
Yep.
Anyways, you got anything else?
That's about it. 350 yards rushing for South Alabama.
Oh,
Just
yeah. That's another note I forgot.
It's like, that's crazy.
They just run the damn ball. This was a run the damn ball weekend. If you look, there was a lot of teams that were just pummeling people with the run.
Yep.
I love it. Old school, baby.
Fundamentals.
Yep. Real quick, Vandy versus UNLV. I just wanted to say, same old Vandy. I hope Clark Lee gets another year, but same old Vandy.
Yeah, I think he still will. I mean, it's just
the expectations at Vanderbilt are not very high, so that's like a coach's wet dream. There,
a bowl game's the limit.
Yeah, you have a really good chance of like establishing a system there. People aren't going to want your head after a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of maybe somebody or universities wanting their head coaches fired after the first 2 years, Billy Napier got a win.
He saved his job.
He saved his job, which is wild because he hasn't even been there for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. That was very weird. I was not expecting that.
It's got to be the swamp voodoo.
I think so.
There's some voodoo going on that Tennessee just cannot get over. They have not won in Florida since 2003.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, really. It's
now it's just like they got the monkey on their back. It's just now they just know it's there and they just keep getting aggravated by it.
I think it's living rent free in their heads.
Oh yeah.
Like they come in and they immediately feel it and they're just like, oh, taking the L, boys.
It's probably created its own little Sim City in there, after living rent free. It's made a monopoly.
Bro, it's got its own government.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I was kind of keeping up with the game. Tennessee, it seemed like they just kind of got themselves in a deep hole in the first half and then just never could climb out of it. Because they were definitely the better team in the second half. They made some mistakes, but they were I think they were overall, would you say they were the better team of the second half?
Yeah. Definitely.
They just, and like I said, Florida held on long enough and they couldn't climb out of the hole. I think they were down by 20 points in the first half or something like that. It was 23-6 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go down that far.
But props to Billy Napier.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, that team looked a lot different, especially that first half. They looked complete opposite than what they looked like against Utah. You know, and I believe if they keep playing like that, even if they lose games, I think that gives Billy Napier a chance to, at least gives the Florida fan base some hope. Because it's like, there's one thing to lose, but then there's one thing to just look discombobulated.
Yeah.
You know?
At least lose, like, knowing you look like you know what you're doing.
Exactly. Just had, bad luck or something.
Yep. All right, WVU versus Pitt. I didn't realize how much these two teams hated each other.
Oh, it's a rivalry.
I didn't realize it. There was a bunch of little cuss words. What were they singing? They were singing something in West Virginia. It was like the
Sweet Caroline.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and fuck you, Pitt.
Eat shit, Pitt.
Eat shit, Pitt. That's it.
Even better.
That was it. That is. That's funny though.
But I love how that's turned into a good rivalry now that West Virginia moved itself into the ACC. No, they're not in the ACC.
No, they're in the
Big 12.
Big 12.
Yeah, total lapse there. Yeah. But
all good. It happens. This what blew my mind is West Virginia won this. This goes back to run the damn ball weekend. West Virginia had 11 passes thrown, not 11 completions, 11 passes thrown that entire game.
Okay.
And
wow.
they won 17-6.
That's pretty crazy.
Run the damn ball weekend. That's what this was. But yeah, I wanted to bring up. I didn't realize I like this rivalry now. I like this rivalry. They're pretty close. I have lived in Pittsburgh before, and it's a good sports town.
It's a good sports.
It's actually it's a great sports town. They call it the City of Champions, and I mean, they do have the Steelers and the Penguins. So
yeah,
they do have a case. I don't know if it's a City of Champions, but
they're riding high on those two sports.
Yeah, because the Pirates, unless you go back to the 70s, the Pirates used to be good. Like back when Roberto Clemente was there and everything, they were really good. They won a couple of World Series. So, yeah, WV beats Pitt. Nice. BYU versus Arkansas.
It's a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't have a problem now next week when we play Arkansas.
Yeah,
at home.
They just definitely had a collapse at the very end. Like those last couple of drives, they just fell apart. You can't do that.
Costly penalties too.
Yep.
They had a lot of. I think Arkansas had 14 penalties or something like that. It was just sloppy. It was kind of sloppy. So again, I have no problem again with Arkansas. I think this is going to be a keep momentum game.
Yeah. For
LSU. It's Saturday night, Tiger Stadium. Doesn't get much better than that.
I just find it odd that Arkansas isn't better, because especially like the main ingredients for a college team, because you don't have to have like a all-around good team to actually have a good year sometimes.
Correct.
Sometimes you can mask it with some good athletes here and there.
Cam Newton, 2010 at Auburn.
Exactly. And KJ Jefferson, longtime starter in the SEC, hasn't done bad. And then Rocket Sanders is, besides the awesome name, is also actually a really good running back.
That's the best name for a running back. It's so good.
But so basically, if you usually have that combo in the backfield, typically should bode pretty well for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess you also have to have good defense too. But
yeah. So I'm not worried about Arkansas. That's my point. What's the BYU coach's name? Kalani Sitake.
Oh, it is that weird name.
Kalani Sitake, I think. He's not doing too bad. Is it BYU head coach Kalani Sitake? Yep. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, for a bunch of Mormons, he's not doing too bad.
Considering what he has,
Yes, considering what he has. Correct.
But they're 3-0 right now. They're not looking bad.
Nope. Let's get to FSU versus Boston College. Dude, all right. At first, whenever I was watching this game, I was pissed. I was like, Florida State, come on. It's called the Red Bandana game.
Red Bandana game.
Yeah, I guess it's a little more of a rivalry than. I think it's called the Red Bandana game. I could be mistaken on that one, but it's a little more of a rivalry than I thought it was. So I don't feel as bad about it because, man, if that wasn't a rivalry and FSU barely beat barely beat Boston College, it would not look good for LSU.
You're right. It's the red bandana game.
What is it? It's the red bandana game honors Wells Crowther, a former Boston College lacrosse player who led a rescue effort at the World Trade Center on 9/11. Got it. Okay. Dude, they had me in the first half, not going to lie. I was like, they're honoring a lacrosse player? Like, what are they doing? Oh, okay. But then okay. All right. So, yeah, again, like I said, this was a little bit more of a rivalry than I thought. So it makes me feel a little bit better that it was close.
And anytime you slap like rivalry, like anything goes.
Yeah.
Anything goes.
And you put a cool name and a reason for, a good reason for it. It flies. It flies. College football loves traditions.
Yep.
Like a traditional thing.
They love they're like millennials where they like titling different things. They love titling the different rivalries, and like if you can just put some sort of title on it, it's a big deal.
Yeah. It really is. We're pretty simple people.
I know. I mean, it doesn't even have to be like a good title. It could just be called The Game.
Yeah,
and that's it.
That's true.
And it's actually the biggest game of all, of the year most of the time.
You call it the Iron Bowl.
Call it the Iron Bowl.
Like
no one knows why it is.
Why is it called the Iron Bowl? That doesn't make.
Alabama
is not known for iron.
No, nowhere's Auburn.
No, I'm talking about like Alabama as a state.
Yeah,
like the Inbred Bowl. That would make sense. The Meth Bowl.
Okay.
Crackhead Bowl.
Yeah.
All that, the Hillbilly Bowl. That would all make sense. Iron Bowl doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
All right, let's finally get to the game, probably the game of the weekend, I'd say. Colorado versus Colorado State. Lots of hype going into this game for just, you name it, that's the reason.
Yep.
A lot of shit talking. Deion, I mean, it's his name, primetime. He is must-see TV. He is. Yeah. And if I'm going to be honest, dude, I'll say it. I think Colorado State way outperformed themselves.
Absolutely.
Colorado should not have been that close. It shouldn't have gone into overtime.
I kind of have to give props to Jay Norville. I think this was strategically done.
Yeah, he might have that in this case. This was good bulletin board material.
Yeah,
this is good, and it wasn't like he was talking shit on the football team. He was talking about an aspect of the head coach.
Yes.
So it wasn't like it was bulletin board material like Brian Kelly saying we're gonna beat the heck out of Florida State.
Yeah.
It wasn't that type of bullet. It was more like trying to manipulate or trying to
rattle.
Yeah.
Get Deion Sanders emotional.
Yeah.
And try to use him to play with emotion rather than actual strategic or keep himself kind of in tune with the game, because we see that all the time where people get coaches, players get a little bit too emotional and they kind of
they play.
It either swings really good for them or swings really bad for them.
They play with their emotions, not their head.
Yeah,
it happens all the time. We got to talk about the Travis Hunter cheap shot.
Yeah, that was bad.
It was bad, that is a perfect example of playing with your emotions, not your brain.
Yeah.
That ball had already hit the ground.
Hit the ground.
And rolled off.
And he had to go around his own player to make that hit. It was
personal. Now I do think the death threats are a little that's a little bit of an exaggeration here. Like, let's calm down. It's football. Chill out.
I'm glad Deion Sanders came out and condoned that type of behavior. He still understands.
He didn't condone it.
Or not condone it. He uncondone it.
Whatever. he did not agree with it at all.
Yeah.
I think it was a lot of just empty threats. I think people get online and they can type whatever they want, and again, nothing's done about it. You can just type whatever you want.
Yeah.
But it sucks because he's going to be out 3+ weeks, and he is one of the most exciting players in college football to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Colorado did get by with the win. They squeaked by with the win.
I will say, karma Karma did its due diligence with this game because the guy that threw that hit, he ended up getting burned on that game-tying touchdown.
Did he?
He got burnt.
Karma's a bitch.
Yep.
Karma is a bitch. So, well, that's good. I didn't realize it was the same guy. I think Colorado needs to step up their defense. They got to figure out. They're obviously offensively explosive. They do well. They got to figure out something with the defense if they actually want to make like a legitimate shot to win the national title or
Be in the playoff
hunt. You got to fix up the defense a little bit.
Yep.
Because Colorado State basically had 3 guys catching the ball. There was 4 receivers that caught passes on that entire team. 3 of them were over 100 yards. So there wasn't too many guys to defend.
They actually do run an air raid offense. Colorado State does. So that's kind of cool to see. That's probably what they should look into at Mississippi State as hiring for their offensive coordinator. But
true. It is a rivalry. And
it is.
I don't think either team has been relevant for a long, long time. So that's why I don't think it's not as big of a rivalry.
It was dormant for a little bit.
Until this past Saturday.
Yes.
This is going to be we're circling this game every year for the next 500 years.
Yep. No, actually, you know what's wild? I found this to be wild because Colorado State, this was only their second game of the season.
Right. Oh, really? Okay, so they
yeah, and we've had 3 weeks and a week 0 so far.
So this was their second game?
Yeah, they had a bye week last week.
Already?
So, because it was their rivalry game. You know how rival teams usually put a bye week before their...
So, they put a bye week before Colorado?
On the second week of the season. That's crazy.
I kind of love it.
I respect it.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
I do. I respect it too. That is great.
Yeah. They don't care when that game's being played. They will play. They will have a bye week.
They'll go like 9 or 10 games in a row without a bye just so that they can have one before their ride. I love that.
Or they just have it way too early in the season. Because usually you want that bye week kind of in the middle. It's like kind of like a reset for your team. Usually for a big game down the road. No, that was done second week of the season.
On purpose. I love that. That is awesome. Let's see. The last thing I have is, okay, Shedeur Sanders finally did it, okay? He got in a fight. Well, there was fights all over the place. But instead of punching the helmet like most players do, he went in for the in between the eye where the eyes are.
Oh, yeah, the mask.
He poked in between where the mask goes. Instead of punching the face. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
You punching another guy's helmet is only going to hurt you.
Yep. If you really want to get the most out of your hits, you gotta go for the
poke his eyes.
Little poke his eyes.
So I when I finally saw that, I was like, okay, Shedeur knows what he's doing. He's a pretty smart kid.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. These people still punch the helmet. I don't get it.
No, doesn't make any sense.
You got anything else on that?
That's about it.
That was the game of the weekend for sure, for me at least. That was unreal.
Yeah.
Great fucking. And even though it was late at night, everyone still watched it.
Oh, I want to say I wouldn't be surprised if it was the most watched game.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised either. Then that would mean they would probably have what, top three most watched games in a row.
I would have to think so.
Because week 1 it was Florida State, LSU was number 1, and then they were number 2. Week 2, I think they were number 2 as well. I don't think they were the most watched.
They were number 2 as well.
They were number 2 as well. So this week, they had to have been number 1. They had to have been. Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. You got anything else on college football?
That was the last thing I had.
Last thing? Okay. Let's see. It has... Google doesn't do... I've been having problems with Google. Oh, yeah, it was. 9.3 million views?
Viewers, yep.
Oh, my God.
5th most watched ESPN game on record. Wow.
That is wild. Yeah, okay, so, Colorado, must-see TV.
Must-see TV.
You got anything else in college football? Sorry, I didn't...
No, that's it.
Okay, let's get to the NFL. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Fuck the Panthers. Fuck the fucking Panthers.
Fuck the Panthers.
Our defense is fucking nasty, dude.
Yep.
We are going to have to lean on our defense until our offense can figure it out. I think Derek Carr did kind of figure it out there a little bit.
Yeah, he did. I mean, the thing is this. We shouldn't have Derek Carr win us games. We should be always in games because of our defense, and Derek Carr just needs to make plays whenever it needs to happen.
I liked how much – I agree. First of all, I agree with what you just said. I liked how much we utilized Taysom Hill.
Yes.
It's about goddamn time.
It's about time.
It's about time. Who would have thought, Joe? Guess which divisions are the only divisions with 3 undefeated teams in it?
That would be the NFC South.
And the NFC East. But, yeah, we're the only 2.
And the NFC East?
Yeah, the NFC Beast, the Commanders, the Giants, and the Eagles. Or, no, not the Giants. The Commanders, the Eagles, and the
Cowboys.
The Cowboys are all 2-0.
Yeah.
And Giants are 1-1. So they technically have the best division right now after week 2. But everyone was shitting on the NFC South because of how bad they said they were.
Yeah, but you have to kind of take that with a grain of salt since all of us have the easiest schedules in the whole entire.
Well, no, because if we're all good, then it boosts our schedule.
Okay.
If we're all good. But hey, I'm just going by the numbers here. I can only go by what's in front of me, and I see 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, and then poor Carolina.
The numbers don't lie. So you're absolutely correct.
Correct. That's what I'm going by. I love how Olave and Michael Thomas are getting going. They're hitting their stride. They're both getting a lot of targets. They're both catching. The Chris Olave catch was probably one of the best catches of the year so far.
Yes,
that was unreal, and it was pass interference that wasn't called.
That was not called.
I'm not even gonna go there. Derek Carr did have one interception. It was kind of a dumb interception. It sailed on him. I'm not gonna fault him. Yeah, those will happen. Those will happen.
I think there just needs to be less reliant on Derek Carr. We need to get the run game going, which it's about time. Once we get Alvin Kamara back, I think that'll be the time where we can actually make more of a balanced offense. I feel like we're still throwing it a lot.
Yeah. I like Jones Jr.
Yeah, Tony Jones Jr. He's actually a fan favorite, just a undrafted guy that just comes out of the practice squad just every now and then and just actually just balls out.
Nice. Yeah. He looked good. I think Jamal Williams got nicked up, I think.
Yeah, he did.
He got nicked up. Yeah, it'll be nice to have Alvin Kamara back. He's definitely a very good dual threat running back that we could definitely use in our offense. We had a nice little rare Taysom Hill pass.
Yes. Yep. You got to sprinkle those in every now and then. Yep. Otherwise, they're just going to keep committing to the run.
You got to Salt Bay that shit into your playbook there. Yep. Keep them honest. But yeah, no, hey, look, we're 2-0. We're 2-0. I'm not going to complain about any of that.
I'm not apologizing.
No, we're 2-0. We're top 10 in the power rankings now.
Yes.
Number 10, which those don't matter anyways, but I don't care. I'm a passionate fan. I'm gonna bring it up. Are the Falcons good?
I don't like ever saying that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything else on the Saints?
That's about it on the Saints.
Packers Falcons. I will say this. I know so far I've been incredibly wrong on Bijan Robinson. It was he's good.
Well, again, this is us passionate fans being passionate fans, but we just didn't want to see anybody from Falcons do good. So,
And here's the thing I'm just leaning on. Desmond Ridder is still their quarterback.
Well, it's the weak spot, for sure.
Yes, and I'm happy that I can have that to fall back on. Desmond Ridder is still their quarterback.
Basically, what's going on right now with the Falcons offense is that there's a giant leak going on, and the flex seal is basically Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, that's
it's literally putting this whole entire offense together.
That's a great that's great. I think once teams start zeroing in on Bijan Robinson, I think it's going to be a little less productive, and they'll have to rely more on Desmond Ridder, which I don't think will bode well for them. But hey, they're again. Can't complain about 2-0 if you're an Atlanta fan.
Yeah.
Let's see. I saw the stat Bijan Robinson only had 3 more rush attempts than Tyler Algiers, but he had 76 more yards. So I think Algiers had 16 rushes for like 48 yards, and Bijan Robinson had 19 rushes for like 100 and something yards.
Yeah. Algiers is still around.
He is.
He's still there.
He is, but Robinson he's
just better.
He's really good.
He is the offense.
Are you if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, are you panicking right now?
Not really.
You're still going to give Jordan, because Jordan Love didn't look good at all.
I mean, he still didn't have a bad game. It wasn't like an absolute terrible game.
Are you sure? I don't think he had it.
I think because they gave up a lead. I mean, it was very surprising to see a Falcons team come back in the fourth quarter. But I mean,
that's true.
I mean, the point is, Packers did have this in the bag.
Oh yeah, okay. I was looking at, he had 3 tutties, but he was 14 and 25 for only 151 yards.
So maybe not like all the offensive production yardage wise that you want to see, but I mean, 3 touchdowns, that's not bad.
And Watson was also out, so you have to take that into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Watson's easily, I think, their best receiver. But hey, that Jaden Reed kid is coming alive.
Yep, they've got some playmakers around there and that are young but developing.
Yep. Bad look for Jordan Love when he went to go QB sneak and tripped over his own offensive line.
Probably the first time I've ever seen a drunk player try to take a snap.
He probably did that Marshawn Lynch. You know, Marshawn Lynch used to take a shot or 2 of Hennessy before every game?
Yeah.
Jordan Love tried to pull a Marshawn. He's just not beast mode.
No, he does not have the tolerance of a beast mode.
He's not a Josh Gordon or a Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, stay off the stuff, the substance.
The first time you ever seen a drunk person take a snap. You got anything else in this game?
Arthur Smith had some balls going for it on 4th and 1 instead of going for a field goal.
Yep. He did have some balls there.
That was big ball stuff.
He's I don't like complimenting Atlanta, but he's not a bad coach.
I think he's trying to do his best Bill Belichick impersonation, except instead of cutting the sleeves off of a hoodie, he just orders it short sleeve hoodie. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, I don't get it. It doesn't make very much sense to me.
Yeah. So, but hey, I guess you try to be Belichick.
Weird flex, but okay, yeah. Let's see, Ravens Bengals. I'm still not panicking. If you're a Bengals fan, I'm still not panicking. I think Joe Burrow's still playing a little injured. He looked good in the second half. Like it looked like they finally found something in the second half.
Yep. No, you don't panic. But that's, if you're gonna miss time, you like, people just think like, oh, he's just a great quarterback. He doesn't need to go through training camp. No, that's where you get all your chemistry for the year.
Right.
Like, I mean, missing that type of time is going to do something. So they'll come around. I'd probably say out of the 0-2 teams, they're like one of the least ones to put the panic button on.
And the Ravens are really good.
Yeah, the Ravens are good.
The Ravens are a really, really good team. So no need to panic. They do have a pretty tough game now that like the first 2 games have played out. The really tough game against the Rams next week. I think, and I'm calling this one. This is their get right game. I think Joe Burrow, unfortunately their offensive line sucks, so Aaron Donald's probably going to feast, but I think Joe Burrow figures it out. I think they're going to find a way their offense is going to find a way to keep LA's defense honest. And I think the Bengals are going to get a win here.
Get a win against the Rams?
Get a win against the Rams next week. Yeah, that'll be their get-right game.
Higgins had himself a game.
He did. That was nice.
He's either making a case for a contract or he's making a case for a trade.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he likes it in Cincinnati.
Well, they've been having trouble getting a contract agreement for the most part. So he's either trying to pull a Chris Jones and show his worth, or he's just trying to make himself appealing for other teams to trade him.
Gotcha. Yeah, Ravens are really good. Bengals fans, don't panic. Anything else?
That's it.
49ers versus Rams. Did you see the picture or I didn't watch the game, but I saw a picture of the crowd at SoFi Stadium in LA.
Blood red.
Sea of red.
Sea of red.
That was a 49ers home game.
Yeah.
Like, that was, I mean, granted, it wasn't very far to travel from San Francisco to LA like it would be if you were in like I guess if you know you're playing Miami or something.
Yeah, it's like it's top of the state, bottom of the state.
Right. But no, that's poor.
Yeah.
That's a tough look. Tough look.
Especially for somebody who just got a new team in like a badass stadium.
And they got Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald. They got a team that's still packed with studs.
Yep.
And they got these new guys, Puka
Nakua.
20 targets. 20 fucking targets.
Can we officially say Stafford likes to have a guy?
Yeah,
he likes to have a guy.
A guy.
A guy. He doesn't spread the ball out. He's not a Drew Brees. He's not going to spread the ball out to 20 different guys. He has a guy, and he's just going to drill that guy.
Yep.
So Calvin Johnson, Cooper Kupp, now Puka.
Yep. And we'll see what happens when Cooper Kupp comes back. But Matt Stafford looks pretty good, man. I think people were writing him off because of how old he's getting, but he still looks pretty good.
Yeah. No, he's still around. He's still here.
He's here. He's still slinging it. He does kind of look good in that LA blue, the LA couple uniforms.
Yep. It's a fitting uniform to ride off into the sunset.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Honestly, man, I think the 49ers are just stupid good. I think they're just way better than everyone else.
Shanahan has way too much fun with this offense. It's like, oh, hey, what do I want to do this week? You know, do I want to just do a long run to McCaffrey that's just going to ram this guy down at towards the goal line? Mm-hmm. Or, hey, you know what? Debo looks kind of cool right now. Let's try to do some just fun tricks with him.
Right. Yeah, it was Brandon Ayuk last week.
Yep.
Now this week it was Christian McCaffrey, I'd say for the most part. Debo had some fun. It'll probably be Kittle next week.
Yeah, Kittle might just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think I've been preaching this. Kittle's not a fantasy tight end.
No,
he's
not at all.
He's a great tight end. He's not a fantasy.
Oh, fantastic!
Not a fantasy tight end. But yeah, you got anything else from this game? It was a pretty good game. Overall from what I read.
I like the pettiness from Sean McVay. You know, as time is expiring and they're down by 10, he goes for a field goal to cut the spread.
Yep.
He knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And he'll remember that. He'll remember that picture play, picture perfect on exactly what he was doing and what he called.
Yep. Oh,
and why he called it.
Yep. Let's see. Commanders versus Broncos. This was a wild ending. Did you see the bobbling? I still don't get it, man. Like if you're on defense and they're clearly throwing a Hail Mary, bat the ball down. Why are you playing hot potato?
Yeah, you cannot play hot potato. Like just hit it, like whack it as far as you can away from everybody.
I don't understand.
But that was bizarre that they got that and then didn't make the 2-point conversion.
They're in trouble. Russell Wilson is not great. I mean, he had a decent game this game, but you gotta win. You gotta win those football games.
You've got to kiss people you like your wife. You got to kiss your wife, not babies.
Not babies.
Yeah. So, still kissing babies. You know, thought he maybe had kissed an adult, but still baby.
I guess we'll see what happens with this team. I'm not ready to write Sean Payton off just yet. But an 0-2 start. This is one of those teams where, you know how we were saying with the Bengals being 0-2, you don't hit the panic button. This is an 0-2 team. You kind of start to panic a little.
You kind of put a panic button to
it. The Broncos fans are like getting fidgety, you know? They're like they're like itching in their seats right now. They don't know what to think.
Especially from a talent standpoint, this team actually does have talent.
I know.
You know?
Yeah,
I mean,
good.
Russell Wilson, regardless of what he's doing right now, he did make it to a couple of Super Bowls.
He won one.
And he won one.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know what his deal has been.
He did run the ball a little bit. He did scramble a little bit this time around. So, yeah, not kissing babies as much anymore.
Okay, not as many babies. Got it. What's his baby count right now? Do we know?
I think he toned it down. I think, first one, he went politician mode and was definitely like 50 babies.
50 babies?
I think it's down to a good mere about 20 babies now.
Okay.
Because they almost got this one, but Just couldn't stop kissing the babies.
Gotcha. Those are bad numbers. You got to go down.
You got to go down.
Got to go down. Okay. Let's see. Browns versus Steelers. This is the last one I had. I got a couple of little notes at the end, but Browns versus Steelers. Yes. You hate to see somebody like Nick Chubb go down like that.
Oh gosh, I know.
It was tough. That video was tough to watch.
Especially a player like Nick Chubb, because like that man doesn't complain.
No.
I guarantee you, he was probably in the locker room figuring out how he can get back on the field that night, and it was like, no, you're not getting back out there.
Your knee is being held together by skin, and that is it.
Yes,
that was the tough video to watch.
I will have to say, might want to maybe for a topic of discussion, but all around the internet, it was being posted not to post that injury.
Why?
And that was my question. I was trying to read into the comments about why not to post it. I guess it was like, I don't know if it was like sensitive to other people, viewing the internet or something like that. I'm not sure. I thought it was bizarre.
It's the internet. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the internet should be free. The free range.
This is.
I mean, obviously, I think maybe like companies, like social media companies, maybe should blur it out as like sensitive information or sensitive graphics, sensitive content, graphic. But I don't think it should have been completely like not posted. But I don't know. I would love to hear people's thoughts on it. Yeah, to see what the reason is. I just thought it was a little confusing.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. I want to see that shit. I like I don't like seeing players like that get hurt, but I do like watching it if it is gonna happen.
If it happens,
like just seeing people like break their ankles and shit, like it. I'm a little weird, and so it kind of like fascinates me almost in a way to like,
see a body move like that.
Body move weird. like hyperextended knee, or like just anyone like getting hurt. Like I'll scroll through videos of people like jumping off the side of a cliff and like just biffing it. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that kind of makes me laugh.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny. But yeah, I don't ever root for it. But if it's there, I kind of like to watch it.
Yeah, just to see.
I'm a weirdo.
I thought that was a little weird. I'll look more into it, but
yeah. Let's get to the game. It was one of the Monday night games. This is always a great game. These two franchises hate each other. They do not like each other at all.
Nope. No.
Dude, I think the AFC North might be like the division that hates each other the most.
I would have to think so.
Like they cannot stand each other.
I think it makes sense in the sense geographically. I think they're the more of the clustered division than any the other ones. I think there's like the least amount of distance in between all of them. I don't know. I could be wrong.
That's actually not a bad point. But yeah, they hate each other. I love it. TJ Watt, I think he might be the best defender in the league. Like I know Micah Parsons is sick. Joey Bosa's awesome. Aaron Donald's there and he's awesome. I think TJ Watt might be like he's in every play. He reminds me of how the Honey Badger was at LSU.
Yeah. He's
just in every single play.
Yeah, even if it's like not as much like relevancy, it's just he's there. Like he just made the tackle like, on a big play.
Mm-hmm. I agree. One thing I forgot to mention. I got to ask, is it bad that when I saw the injury to Nick Chubb, my brain kind of immediately went to who his backup was?
That is the
Is that a bad thing?
That's a sure sign of a fantasy player. Big time fantasy player.
Yeah, but like I thought about that and then I was just like, oh, I wonder if he's I hope he's going to be okay. And then I was like, wait a minute. My mind should have probably went in the other in the other order. Like it should have I should have asked, "Oh, I hope he's going to be okay." And then, "Oh, who's his backup?"
Yeah.
I kind of felt bad about that, but now I don't feel bad anymore. Like I got over it. But
I'm sure you're not the only one.
I had to put that out there. Yeah, I had to ask.
Yeah.
Let's see. Last thing I have is Pickens had a good game. Finally, I've been waiting on it. Pickens had a great game.
It wasn't bad. I think there's a lot of hate for Matt Canada.
Oh, there's definitely a lot of hate for Matt Canada.
Yeah, so like instead of like "Oh Canada," it's like "No Canada."
Yeah,
So,
Zero Canada.
Yeah,
They wanted to fire Matt Canada.
Like on the spot in the game.
In the
like
game, yeah.
mid-game.
Dude, and that was kind of impressive, that chant.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you get a whole crowd to say something like, fire Matt Canada.
There's
like,
a lot of syllables that you have to,
Yeah, like, that was kind of impressive, Pittsburgh. Well done.
Yeah, most of the time, because most chants are usually like 2 or 3 syllables. Like, they put it together.
Yeah.
They really want him fired.
It's almost like they rehearsed it and practiced it.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, great game. Great game. The Deshaun Watson era, everybody just keeps thinking he's going to go back to 2020 Deshaun Watson. I don't think he is. I think the 2020 Deshaun Watson is over.
Yeah, and the Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield comparisons are going to be here to stay, and they're going to be here all season long.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because every time is just they'll say the stats and then they just say the monetary amount like on the bottom of like how much they're making per game.
And it doesn't help that the Buccaneers are 2-0.
Yes, exactly.
Now, granted, they did beat the Bears, but 2-0 is 2-0. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. You got anything else from that game?
That's about it.
All right. A couple of things I had in the Seahawks game, the Seahawks versus the Lions game. Did you see Geno Smith came over to argue about a call that while the ref was announcing it to the crowd?
Yep.
And the ref goes, "I'm talking to America. Excuse me, please."
That was a great response.
Yeah, that was a
great response.
I think it was kind of a flex too. It's
yeah.
like, hey, I'm talking to a country here. Get the fuck out of my face. That was great. I'm talking to America. I mean, he pretty much was. Like,
yeah.
He was talking to a good portion of America. Mm-hmm. There was a picture floating around of the Cardinals and Giants. It was, I think it was 28-3 in the third quarter. I think it was like something like the Falcons.
A very similar Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that
so
we are so fond of.
Yeah, or no, it was 28-7. The Giants were losing 28-7, and it was the third quarter with 3 minutes and 28 seconds left. And yeah, and the Cardinals ended up losing that game. They did not have that fire in their gut.
No. The fire ran out. Something. It might have been a disease at some point.
I think they might have just had some type of cancer. Actually.
Yeah, they need some gut. They need serious gut health.
They need Tums.
Tums.
Just jump in a pool of Tums. And last thing I had is Breece Hall's not happy, and I kind of don't blame him.
Yeah, you get, what did you get, 4 carries?
4 carries.
Yeah, that doesn't get a running back going.
And it wasn't because he was injured.
No.
I think something happened.
Doghouse?
I think
Robert Salah, he seems like a doghouse person.
Yeah,
like
and
he puts you in the doghouse.
And he does not care.
No,
that
not
he
at
puts
all.
you in the doghouse.
When you have a coach that can probably beat you up, he's not going to care about that.
That's true.
Like when your coach is about the same size of you, he's going to do things and he's not going to be scared of you at all.
Dude, I feel like he'd have like a really good death stare.
Yes.
Like,
oh yeah.
He could stare into your soul.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Breece Hall not happy, which I don't blame him. Again, Jets got pummeled. Kind of season ending, right? This is just Jets are you're done.
I would have to say,
unless you try and go like get on the phone and start talking to people, you need to call somebody. Call Brett Favre. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you go get something. Like even if you don't start the person that you bring in, you got to light a fuel in Zach Wilson's fire. You know. You gotta make him come out and say, I'm gonna give him hell and practice every single day.
Right.
That's what you need, the Zach Wilson that you need. You don't need the Zach Wilson that's content that, just everything is entitled and given to him like most of his life has been already.
Right. Yeah, he needs to fight. He needs to work. So, yeah, unfortunately Jets are done. Cowboys are fucking good, and it pains me to say that.
Well, I was gonna say we just need NFL teams to stop making the Cowboys look good.
Yeah, that's true.
Better than they are. Yes, they're just getting made better than what they are because Giants just decided to not start football until after 6 quarters into the season.
That's true.
And then now the Jets. I mean, they're distraught because
they're crying. They're still boohooing over Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
But yeah. I guess that might be true then. That might be true. It's other teams' fault.
Yeah, it's not the Cowboys.
It's not the Cowboys.
It's not the Cowboys.
Okay. You got anything else?
That's about it.
Alrighty, we will see y'all next week. Love y'all.
Later.